is how we do it. This is how we do it.
What is going on, guys? This is Devin with Gaming in Progress, and today we're going to be talking about Overwatch. Now, as you guys probably know, the beta ended yesterday, and I wanted to wait till the beta was over before I kind of collected my thoughts and opinions on the game, because I wanted to spend as much time possible enjoying the game, playing it with my enjoying the beta, playing it with my friends, and getting as much footage as possible. And I got a whole bunch of footage I have to go through, but we'll talk more about that near the end of the video. So for now, let's talk about the game itself. Now, obviously, this is a beta build of the game. I don't imagine too much is going to change, except for maybe a few things here and there, because the formula overall is very good. You have a wide variety of heroes to choose from, everything from your support class to your heavy hitters to your very defensive type players and stuff like that. That being said, there's two main types of game modes here in Overwatch. You have basically your King of the Hill type game mode, where both teams rush towards a single point and have to capture and hold that point until you score, until you accumulate 100 points. And then the other game mode is where you have to, one team has to defend an objective and prevent the player from getting it, and then the other team has to attack that same objective, and then once that first objective is attacked, you move with the objective until you take the vehicle, if you will, to its destination, whether it's a bomb to a bomb site, or a executive to his drop-off location, or whichever. It varies depending on map, but either way, it's basically the same gameplay. So with each game mode, you have different ways you want to tackle it. Obviously, when it's both teams rushing for that single point, you want to bring out your more offensive style players first. Make sure to have somebody have like a sniper, so like Widowmaker. And you also want to have people that can do damage up close, so you want to have a Reaper or a McCree, or a Genji, somebody like that. And then once you have that point, you have to hold it. So you want to bring in your tank players. You want to bring in your Diva, your Bastion, your Reinhardt, people like that, so that once you have that point, you can keep that point, and you can take the objective, or you can get your points up, and then you can win. Now, the attack versus defender, obviously you want to handle a little differently depending on if you're attacking or if you're defending. If you're defending, a really good person to have on your team would most definitely be to have a Bastion, because he has a sentry mode that he can set up and go into that sentry mode and defend the objective and really hit. The only weakness against him really is aerial attacks from Pharah. But you also want to make sure you have other people too. You want to have a builder, so he can build turrets. You want to have Mia, so she can build ice walls and stuff to prevent players from getting in. But basically, you want to handle it cautiously and smartly, whether you're attacking or defending, or if you're both attacking it first and then getting in there and holding the objective. And that's really great. The gameplay is a lot of fun. It's very unique for every character you play as. Like no two characters feel the same. Every character you kind of have to look at as differently. It's not like in your typical first-person shooter where every character is really just the same. Like in Black Ops 3, every character is the same really, except for the specialist ability. But with Overwatch, every character is unique in its own right, and each character has to be played a little bit differently, Like, take McCree, for example, who's one of the support characters. He plays differently than Reaper, where Reaper gets in your face, uses his teleportation abilities to either get behind you or get in your face, and just blast away with his dual shotguns that he has, where McCree can take out players at range with his revolver, but then at the same time, he can also get up on players, flashbang them, and then use his rapid fire with his revolver to take those players out. So it's really awesome how like all these characters are very diverse. And when I say diverse, I don't mean race, because that doesn't matter in a game. They could all be fucking purple aliens from the planet Lorax for all I care. When I say diverse, I mean every character has a different playstyle that you kind of have to learn and get used to so that you're effective with that character. Whether it's Reaper, how to use Reaper most effectively to decimate enemy teams, or how to use Reinhardt to basically push into that objective, or how to use Bastion most effectively to defend an objective. And another great thing about Overwatch that I played in the beta is if you're new to the game and you want to do a training simulation, there's actually training you can do, and it'll teach you the basic concepts of the game, and it actually even introduces you to a couple of the characters. You get introduced to Agent 76, and you also get to meet Tracer as well, and she's got a little bit of dialogue, which is neat. And she's kind of your guide for a little bit, and then you move on into a little bit of the other parts of the tutorial. So that's very helpful. I thought that was a really nice addition. You can play against AI for further practice and training. Then, of course, you can play the quick play, and then you also have the tournament play. Now, the tournament play, or at least what was available in the beta, I thought was really interesting for the simple fact that when you play it, it randomly chooses a hero for you, and you play as that hero until you die, and then when you die, it chooses a different hero for you. So really what it does is it forces you out of your comfort zone, because you play it and you choose a hero, and then you get accustomed to that hero, and that's really the only hero you want to play as. But what this does is it forces you out of that comfort zone, and it forces you to play as heroes that you might not play otherwise, so you can get a feel for those heroes, decide if you like them or not, and hopefully that way you can have at least one hero you can play as of each of the 4 types of heroes that there are, which is really nice. I mean, I generally don't play as the healer type in first-person shooter types of games, or at least the ones that offer healers or medics. Like the last one I did, it did a healer type or a medic, was Battlefield Bad Company 2, but that was because the medic had the heavy machine gun, so I would use that and revive people, obviously. But in Overwatch, I was forced to play the healer, and I found out that there was actually a couple heroes healers that I liked, which was really cool. So it's a good concept. Now, obviously, this game is meant to be esportsy, MOBA-ish, because really what it breaks down to, in my opinion, is it's a first-person shooter MOBA. Meaning it's got all the core elements of a first-person shooter, but it has the layout and it has the play style of a MOBA, because you're either pushing up to bring a bomb into the enemy's area, or you're both fighting for center control point, and you have different lanes that you can go about and get to where you need to go. So at its core, it's both of those elements, and I know that people are skeptical. People who aren't esports fans might be skeptical of this game. I was myself, and then I became even more skeptical about it over the whole Tracer butt controversy thing, which was really just an elaborate troll by Blizzard, because her new pose is even better than her old one. But it's a really fun game. I feel like it's a game that anybody can get into, because it's just like I started playing it, and my friends started playing it, and we were playing it for hours and hours and hours, and whether we were winning or we were losing, we were having fun with it. Like, yeah, there were a couple moments here and there where we got really hit really heavy, and we got a little bit frustrated, but it wasn't like Call of Duty where if you're not winning, you feel like you're constantly angry, and maybe that's just me, but in my opinion, this is a game that anybody can pick up, because it's got that tutorial, it's got that ability to learn as you play with all these different characters, how to play. And another nice thing that I thought was really awesome is when you go to select a character, you can view their hero details, and it'll show how to activate all their power-ups and stuff and how to use them basically, and it'll also show you a difficulty indicating how easy or how difficult this player is to play with, which I thought was really great. That was a great system, and more games that have those kind of different varying heroes should do that. So it was really, and even once you're in game, it's still, if you click left on the D-pad, it'll still show you, like, if you need to remember how to do this certain thing with this hero, it'll show you how to do that, and then you let go of the button and it'll go away and you can continue playing. You don't have to go into a menu and look at the controls and go, okay, this is how I do this bumper does that, and yada yada yada. So really, it's a really fun game. It's a really unique game in the fact that every character you play as feels unique and different in their own way, and you have to play them differently than maybe you're used to, but you have to play them according to really what works best for that character. And past that point, obviously, there's still skill involved, how good you are, but playing the character the right way definitely helps. Now, the last point I wanted to touch on in this video, or two last points here, is one, is the game worth $60? That's a question that a lot of people have been asking, a lot of people have been wondering. In my opinion, as fun and enjoyable and as good as this game is, no, I don't think it's worth $60, for the simple fact that there's not enough there. Like, it's a good start, but I don't feel that it's justified, that the $60 price tag is justified, for the simple fact that there's no story, and really it needs a story. Like, I know that there are videos talking about the origins of all these characters and stuff, but there needs to be some sort of story where you can play out that origin of these characters and stuff and learn more about them and stuff. And maybe that comes in the Origins edition of the full game or something, but even so, I feel like there needs to be more there. I feel like it would be beneficial if there was more maps, and maybe like 1 or 2 more game modes. Maybe they have an optional team deathmatch mode or something like that, to fit in line with more traditional shooters. That way you have a good balance. That way you have more of a balance between the MOBA type shooter and the traditional shooter, so that people who want a little bit of both can pick up Overwatch and play a little bit of both, if you understand what I'm saying. And I believe you guys do. So, in my opinion, it's not worth the $60 price tag. It's definitely a game you should pick up, but wait for it to go down in price, or rent it and see how you like it, or something like that. See if you can get it on sale somewhere, something. But I don't think it's worth that $60 price tag at this time. Maybe if I play the whole game or the full game, my opinion will be different. But from what I played in the beta, no, it's not worth the $60 price tag. As good and as enjoyable of a game as it is. Now, the very last thing I want to bring up here before I wrap up this video is this. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I got a whole lot of footage of Overwatch, like a lot. So much that I need to start going through it all and categorizing it and stuff like that. But what I want to do here is I want to put out videos helping players who are going to be playing Overwatch, because I don't imagine there's going to be really any character changes in how the characters play when the whole game comes out. So that being said, I want to put together videos that help players learn how to play the character the best way possible. So each character is unique, each character has ways you can play it, but I want to help players out there maximize their potential and play that character that they like, or that character that they're stuck playing as right at the moment, the best. I want to help them play it the best way they possibly can. So I'm going to go through the footage and put together videos providing character information, the best way to play the character's strengths, the character's weaknesses, what other characters are effective against that particular character, and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested in seeing any of that, be sure to subscribe and check back often, as I will be putting up those videos. I don't want to just put up all those videos all at once. I want to spread them out, obviously, in between with more of my regular content here on this channel. So if you guys are interested in that, please be sure to subscribe and check back often. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video here. If you guys have enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, give it a thumbs down. And let me know why you didn't enjoy it in the comments section. Any comments, questions, or concerns, leave them down below. And once again, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. That being said, this has been Devin with Gaming in Progress, and I will see you guys in the next video.